Hello there, welcome back to the channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, you know the deal. If you like what you hear, you know the deal. Please feel free to add comments down below. We'd love to hear comments and topics that you want to talk about, but only if you're a small business owner and you're focusing on the economic termites, taxes, inflation, time, laws and regulations, and debt. That's what this channel is geared towards, is how these economic termites eat away at our financial freedom. And as a business owner, what can we do to combat these issues? Now, if you're not a business owner and you're interested in more information about how to be a business owner and what we all have headaches, whether you're an employee or a business owner, doesn't matter. The key is what you want to do. And that brings a smile to you, that you enjoy doing, that you want to do. That's the key here. And so, but one of the things we do in this channel is make sure that we understand what's being said and translate what's being said by our politicians and by people in the media and so on and so forth, of the wrong rhetoric or the misinformation that's being shared. And so as business owners, we need to understand this. We need to translate it, because right now unfortunately, in those two areas, the politics and media, there's divisive words being used. There's divisive messaging being used to pit all of us against each other. And so this particular article is an example. It's against Elon Musk. Elizabeth Warren is on her warpath to attack the billionaires. And at the end of the day, we're going to go ahead and go through this article and take a look at what this means. And then we're also going to shift over to a Twitter, what was posted on Twitter, a recording of Elizabeth Warren, and we're going to comment and talk about that. Okay, so let's dive into this. I'm going to minimize my screen here. And Musk says he'll visit IRS in D.C., claims paying largest tax in history. Senator Warren insists he's paying zero. So this is interesting. I don't know if he is paying, if he is the largest. You can only make the assumption, being the wealthiest man, that he is paying a fair sum of taxes. The key here too is, let me bring this back up. The key here is that I think a lot of times politicians are trying to get the understanding, and Elizabeth Warren's not doing that here. To her defense, she's saying he's not paying any taxes, okay? But a lot of times you hear the politicians saying, well, they're not paying the same percentage as the teachers or the local workers, which is absolutely true. There's a difference in the tax code and understanding how the tax code works. At the end of the day, the IRS and the government is the system is designed to invest in businesses, to allow businesses the opportunity to grow, and as they grow and innovate, they grow revenue, they hire employees, which creates payroll taxes, which gives the taxes and money to the IRS and to the government to do their business. The problem with today, though, is that the government is so used to just printing money, turning on the Federal Reserve. They walk in the door, flip on the switch, the printing presses start going, and they're printing. They leave at the end of the day, and sometimes they just leave the lights on, leaving the power on, so the printing press continue to go. So they have that power at their fingertips, so they forget how really America and small business owners and business was designed to grow innovation, and why we became the wealthiest country in the world, and why other countries and their people want to come here. Okay? That's not by just happenstance and snap of a finger. It was hard work in building out a system. So, there you are correct. The percentage of taxes are not the same. But we don't pay percentages, we pay dollars. We spend dollars. We earn dollars, not percentages. And so percentages are used to manipulate you and I. At the end of the day, if Jeff Bezos is paying $900 million in taxes, and it's 5% of his net worth, which is not his income, does that matter if I'm a teacher, or I'm a fireman, or I'm a social worker, or whatever the case I may be, and I'm paying a 24% tax, but I'm only paying $16,000 in taxes? Right? How many 16,000 taxpayers does it take to come up to 900 million? Right? Percentages may be different, absolutely. Right? But we're talking about dollars here. So this misinformation, I want to make sure I bring to the forefront, because we got to understand that. We get so mesmerized by percentages with our financial plan, with our stocks and bonds and our rates of return, and our net worth is growing by X amount of percentages. Who cares? You can keep your percentages. Show me the dollar increase. Great, I made $3,000. Awesome, thank you. Okay, great. It's my portfolio went up 150 grand. Great. Awesome. That's what you need to know because that's how you're going to dictate how to spend and live, and it's all about the dollars. So anyways, there's my little soapbox there. Let me go back to the article here. Elon Musk claimed that he would visit the United States Internal Revenue Service in Washington, D.C. to say hi to the people there. He said he would do this because he is the individual with the most taxes paid in the history of all taxpayers in the country, despite the many doubts around him. Now, after another claim by Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, Tesla CEO made his statement about his unpaid taxes. Musk claims that he is the record holder for being the top individual in taxpayer history to pay the most considerable tax to the IRS. The tax that Musk holds are those accumulated from his revenue and earnings in different technology and innovation companies that include Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, Starlink, The Boring Company, and others. Okay. In the tweet, Musk joked about saying hi to the IRS officials when he visited their office in Washington, D.C., showing that he has nothing to hide from the tax officials. Musk is firm in what he said about paying his taxes and dues correctly, despite the many doubts against him. Many people and supporters also claim that Musk already paid his taxes for the last year. Now, Elizabeth Warren, says Musk paid zero taxes in his career. All right. Well, in an interview, and we're gonna play this interview in a second. In an interview that got posted on Twitter, Senator Warren talks about how much Elon Musk paid for taxes in 2021, and that the CEO paid zero in total, which technically is kind of right because we haven't filed our taxes yet. So, but that being said, we'll continue to go. The senator believes that Musk did not settle his taxes last year, and is firm in his words to attack the CEO. He hasn't settled them. Most people haven't. Tax season just opened up. And if you're a business owner, if you understand businesses, and Elizabeth Warren, she's done a lot of stuff as a sole proprietor. And when she does stuff, she does consulting to her books. They all get paid to her directly. She's not using the tax code the way it was designed. She did not set up a business entity. She does not have the tax benefits of a business entity. She's paying everything as a self-employed sole proprietor, and you're paying self-employment tax. Maybe she's bitter. Maybe she's bitter because she didn't pay a CPA to be able to help her use some of the tax code that is there for business owners. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe she's bitter that she's paying more taxes than she wants to, and I don't know what she is paying in taxes. I'm just assumption as an original college professor, her and her husband, and being a writer and a speaker and all that kind of stuff that she makes money on. So, anyways. Let's see here. Settled last year, blah, blah, senators. She also attacked Jeff Bezos of Amazon. She's the attacker of anybody who's making money. Now, here's the other thing. Before we go to her video and her interview, I want to make it very clear. Of these public companies, how many people in their retirement accounts own Amazon stock? In their mutual fund investments, own Amazon stock? Tesla, SpaceX, Berkshire Hathaway, and we can go down the list, Microsoft, all these billionaires. How many of the average person's investment portfolio do they own? Right? How many employees do these companies employ? That they pay payroll taxes to allow the government to do the things that they need to do, to give these employees a lifestyle, income to put food on their table, and money to put clothes on their kids' backs, and to go do activities as a family and vacation. How many of these people get vacation time? That's paid. Or when they're ill, that's paid. Okay? So we all need each other. And so I'm not a big fan of this divisiveness that is being spoken about, as you can tell. So let me bring up Elizabeth Warren's video here on Twitter. I'm not a big fan of Twitter, so just to make that clear. But I'm going to go ahead and play this. I'm going to increase the size, maximize the size.
I'm delighted that he did this. I also believe, however, that billionaires ought to be paying taxes, and it shouldn't simply be optional. You know, what we've now seen is both giant corporations and billionaires have enough tricks in the tax
So first of all, there are no tricks in the tax code. Okay. And if I were a tax professional, tax attorney, a CPA, I'd be offended. I'd be offended by what she's saying, because you're saying that we are lying and cheating as professionals who have a degree, who have an expertise, who have a professional firm that helps other business. I'd be offended by what she's saying because you're saying I'm lying and cheating. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. The tax code is designed for businesses and employees to work together to grow our fair share of taxes to help the government run. You, ma'am, are spending, and your friends on Capitol Hill are spending our money inappropriately. You're printing our money inappropriately. You're causing inflation to go to over 7%. Not us. You and your friends. So let's continue on.
Code?
Because just to be clear, he's donating the stock.
Yeah,
right? He's donating the stock.
that's right. But part of what happens right now is that, for example, Elon Musk, 2018, we've actually seen his tax returns. You know how much he paid in taxes? One of the richest people in the world? Zero. And he's not the only one. Jeff Bezos, right? Another one of the richest people in the world. He pays less in taxes than a public school teacher or a firefighter. And they do this because they're only being taxed on income. They very cleverly make sure they have no official.
So there is no cleverness. When you need income, you distribute it on your individual tax return. What she doesn't know, and what she doesn't speak of, because either she doesn't know or she's choosing not to speak of, is that when you have the funds, you can invest into another business, and that actually is a deduction. And if you have a business that has a loss, as you know as a business owner, your profit and your loss flow down to you individually, which can offset your other, what? Your other positive income from other areas. Okay? What she also doesn't know is that Elon Musk donated to charity a fair amount of money, we're talking billions of dollars, to charity, which is a tax deduction. So if he took the same amount of money as income, as sold his stocks, and gave the same amount to charity, that would offset each other to zero. So is he a bad guy because he gave billions of dollars to charity? And that happens based on the encouragement of us as taxpayers to give to charity. So who doesn't have to? The government. But Elizabeth Warren and her friends, they want to control everything. They want all of us to be down on our knees, bowing and thanking them for what they're doing and their decision. That's not how America is designed. That's not how America was started. And that's not how America will continue to be. Okay? She forgets she works for us. Though she says so, but as a individual who has a net worth of $10 million herself, as a college professor, and who charges $90,000 for an expert witness, okay? That's more than the school teacher she's talking about. Okay? So I think we need to not be so focused on what these people are saying and seeing what is actually occurring, right? It's like what I was talking about, percentages. Let's not focus on percentages. Let's talk about the real thing, the dollars. Let's not focus on what she's saying. Let's focus on the real thing here. Let's information and knowledge. So let me minimize this and continue with her dialogue here. It makes me sick.
Income, they just have all this stock that keeps building in value.
And so do stockholders and all these people with this money in their retirement. So if he should be paying taxes on his stock ownership, so should all of you who own their stock, especially in your retirement account. Shame on you.
They borrow against it. It's just not right.
So because a lending institution allows you to borrow against your stocks, it's an asset. It's collateral. Same reason why you and I all bought our house. We used a bank. We didn't put all cash down. Why? Because that's what helps the banking system. They make interest. It allows us to have a roof over our head and a house. It's an asset. And the bank uses that as collateral. Same thing with stocks. And if Elon Musk didn't pay that loan back and then didn't pay his interest, guess what? The bank, whoever did the financing, would take those stocks as their asset. Okay? Same thing with machinery. If she understands this, she's just trying to be politically positioning herself and others. And this is what I'm talking about, the divisive language. I'm not a big fan of this.
We need a system in America where everybody gets the benefits of being an American, but that means everyone pays a fair share to keep this country running.
And there we go. Fair share. So she's saying Elon Musk's fair share is not actually his fair share. She's saying she is going, and her friends are going to dictate what fair share is. Okay? And the reality is that he's paying his fair share. I'm paying my fair share. We're all paying our fair share. And each year is going to be different based on what's going on. We all take advantage of the American dream. We all use the roads. We all have firemen and policemen that are helping us and supporting us. We all love the military that are I can't say we all love, right? Right? Us patriots, us taxpayers love our military, love our policemen, love our firemen, love those that we are there to support and serve us. Okay? Who do we not love? Individuals like this who are being very divisive in her language. Is her language correct? Technically, she's saying all the right stuff. So she's not a liar. She's just divisive in how she's saying it. Okay? And that's the key. That's the unfortunate situation with this type of conversation, is that it's a divisiveness that is very, very detrimental to people, us, and those who are watching and listening to this kind of rhetoric. Okay? So, Musk and his tax issues. Musk had a lot of disputes in his taxes for several government officials, and senators claim that he is not properly paying the taxes and his money made from several of his companies. One of the issues was that Massachusetts Senator Warren and her firm claims against Musk about his tax issues present in the current period. However, it is not originally Senator Warren who claims it, also Bernie Sanders, who's surprisingly a socialist just like Warren. They want to redistribute all these folks' hard work. These folks, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, they didn't become billionaires because they are lucky. They become billionaires because of you and I purchased their product. I guarantee you Elizabeth Warren uses Amazon. I guarantee you she has an Amazon Prime account and she watches videos on the plane when she's going, a United States plane, by the way, that we're paying as taxpayers, while she's going from one destination to another. Right? So they're billionaires because they went out on a risk. They built a business out of their garage or in a small location. Go read about these people and how they started their businesses. Go read people like Hewlett and Packard. Go read books about Rockefeller. Go read books about Carnegie. Go read books about Jobs and Gates and Buffett and all these people, okay, who go out and risk spending their own money a lot of times, their family and friends' own money a lot of times, Disney. And unfortunately, when these individuals that start these companies die off, we have CEOs, we have people who come in who didn't grow the business, who didn't risk everything. They're coming and earning a salary, and they're turning large corporations into political machines. Shame on them. Shame on them. Okay? You and I, as business owners, are what make America great. Our employees are what make America great. Us citizens are what make America great. Of all genders, all colors, all nationalities, all religions. We're Americans. Period. And we come here, whether it was from my grandparents that came here during World War II, after World War II, or people who come here now, and this is their first step on this great nation's soil. Because of what America represents. We're the only republic out there in the entire world that is America, which is why they're attacking us, which is why they're trying to take us down. Okay? And it's this divisive conversation, this divisive language that's affecting it. Okay? So, knowledge. Implement your knowledge. run your business, do the things that are necessary to grow your business, grow your employees. Together, you need to grow. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs down. If you don't like what I'm saying, give me a thumbs down. We'll kick your butt out of the channel. Just kidding. That's important. Add a comment. Why are you giving me a thumbs down? Add a comment. Why are you giving me a thumbs up? Add a comment. Okay? Don't hide behind your phone. Don't hide behind your computer. Be a man. Be a woman. Stand up behind what you're saying. Okay? Conversation, dialogue, communication's what has made America what it is, and the censoring of communication is what is causing the issues today in America. So, thank you for your time. Love you guys. Talk to you later.